Instead of trying to turn it on, I got it to turn on for a little bit, but I'm not getting enough fuel in the gas tank. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to go ahead and remove the rear fender, and then I'm just going to prep it for sanding and stuff like that, and figure out what's going on with the carb, and before I paint it, I'm going to put it back on and crank it on. So that's the game plan, and I'll keep you updated on what else I need to do, but hopefully I'll get it put back together soon so I can get this thing rolling. Got the rear fenders out. Now I'm gonna start sanding and prepping everything for primer. There's a little spot here that's pretty rusted out. Almost put my finger through there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a template of that, and then I'm gonna weld a little piece of metal there to kind of give it some strength. So I think everything else should go fairly quickly. I'm gonna leave everything as is. I'm just gonna prime it and then just cover the engine and paint it. I'm not gonna put the rear diff in there yet. That way I don't have to cover it. I can just paint everything and not worry about, you know, getting anything on the differential. So let's go ahead and get this done. Got everything sanded today. I washed it and then I went over it with some acetone to make sure I got everything right. So now I'm gonna prep it for some primer. So I'm gonna tape up everything that I don't want painted, and then just start priming it so I can maybe tomorrow put some paint on it. But here's a rust spot I was telling you about. It was pretty rusted. It had I mean, you couldn't even hold a weld because it was rusted out, so I just made a little template and I welded a little piece on there. And here I took out all the rust off, and hopefully now it'll last a little bit longer. This bike was beat up pretty good, so hopefully I can get it going again and the new owner will take care of it and it'll last longer than what it did. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taping everything up. Got everything taped up, and now I'm gonna start priming so I can get some paint on it. Let's see how it goes. Got it all primed. It's ready for paint. I think it turned out good. I'm ready to get some black paint on there so I can start putting it back together. I found the rear fender finally. It took me forever. I've been looking everywhere. I was gonna buy a new one, but I found a guy that had one cheaper than I could buy a new one, so I went ahead and got that. I may have to put a light sanding on it and buff it a little bit to make it look a little bit better. I think I have pretty much everything. I need to order some of the cables, and then the seat, and then once I put the rear diff I can put the tires back on, and then it's just start, you know, tuning up the carburetor and making sure it runs properly. So let's go ahead.